And those two tapes are conversations, in one case with one person and the moderator, in the other case it was four people. And they all come to the conclusion that the market's being manipulated. Now, this is a tremendous breakthrough, tremendous, to have this on national television. They have fought it for over 10 years. And I've discussed it with them, and they said, we can't put that on. And just like when I started getting on Fox and ABC and NBC and all that stuff 3 or 4 months ago, pushing Ron Paul's 1207, they said, you can't talk about that on here.
All right, stay there, Bob. We got a break. I want to get into this Washington Post story where they got caught selling access to the president for $250,000 a person. Total Project Mockingbird, just absolutely criminal. I mean, the media is so rigged, folks, the mainstream media. Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, I'm here live on the GCN Radio Network. My websites are Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. We simulcast always the third and fourth hour at PrisonPlanet.tv for all the members and viewers there at PrisonPlanet.tv. But most days I end up doing 3 or even more hours. In the case of yesterday, I did 3.5 hours live at PrisonPlanet.tv. Your calls for Bob Chapman on a host of issues, a bunch of other financial news coming up in the next long segment. But in this short segment, Bob Chapman, I would get up on air 10, 11 years ago and read congressional investigations about a lot of mainstream media, big radio stations, big TV, in key markets like Chicago, New York, D.C., where people pay for access and where a lot of people pay for their media position. They would pay for their anchor job or pay for their editor's job or pay for the position. It's all kickbacks. And also pay to have access to politicians. And Politico is broken. That's why they keep getting so big. But we already knew. Washington Post is a CIA front. That's come out from OSS and then CIA documents and the church hearings in 1977. It came out in 2003 that Bush was spending tens of billions a year to buy reporters. The media kind of minimized it, just talking about Armstrong Williams to push the socialist No Child Left Behind, federalization of all education. They said, oh, well, he just took $244,000 to go give a few speeches secretly saying, hey, I'm a black conservative. This isn't socialism. But it's CNN, Fox, all these channels have gotten government funding on record. But here's Politico. Washington Post cancels lobbyist event amid uproar, and they were going to pay $250,000 per media and lobbyist to meet at the private home of publisher Catherine Weymouth. Said she was canceling plans for an exclusive salon at her home, where as much as $250,000 the Post offered lobbyists and association executives off-the-record access to those powerful few. Obama administration officials, members of Congress, and even the paper's own reporters and editors. The astounding offer was detailed in a flyer circulated Wednesday to the health care lobbyist who provided it to a reporter because the lobbyist said he felt it was a conflict for the paper. And then now you even have famous reporters coming out and saying Obama is more controlled than Richard Nixon. Helen Thomas is now saying that. In fact, print me that. It's on Infowars.com. Print me that. We've got a link. Print me the article. I want to show people that because basically the inside word is, and this even happened as inauguration, so that's on record, and the victory party in Chicago, you got to pay them under the table for anything. I mean, this is just pure mafia, isn't it, Bob Chapman?
It certainly is. And it's been going on for years and years, and I'm glad the Post did what they did, and it got exposed. It's a racket.
Well, the Post got caught by Politico. But, I mean, you're saying you're glad they got caught.
Yes, I'm glad they did it, and I'm glad they get caught. So people listening to this program and other people will understand that this is nothing new, and this is the way Washington functions, and that's not supposed to be that way. In fact, lobbyists should be done away with. And as far as elections are concerned, each congressman and each senator or person who wants to run for that office should be funded in equal amounts by the United States government. There should be no private funding. They start running for election 2 months before the election itself, and that's the end of it.
Well, you've got all these international foreign corporations that what they have 3 lobbyists for every member of the Congress. Most of them are offshore. And no wonder the Congress on every issue of open borders, gun control, it's all unpopular, but it just continues. We've had all these top Democrats admit, quote, the Congress is run by banks. I mean, this country is under a banking dictatorship. It's illegitimate, it's criminal, and that's why they got the feds writing Homeland Security reports saying anybody that protests the Fed is a terrorist. No, the Fed is a foreign financial terrorist imploding our economy by design. Explain why they want to implode the economy, Bob.
They want to. They feel this is the only way to force people, particularly in America and in Europe, to accept world government. This is what this is all about. And if things aren't working out too well, and maybe even if they are, they'll have another war. And I think it'll be a large war. And I think it'll probably involve what one might call Western powers against Russia and China and maybe some others. And I think that's on the way. That's how they cover up all the things that they do, is have another war. We predicted the event like 9/11 within 33 days of it happening, about 10 months, 11 months before. We said that would be used as an excuse to go in and attack Iraq and occupy it.
Well, tell us more about where you see them starting a war when we get back. I'm looking at some other subjects on the economy and take phone calls. Long segment coming up. Stay with us.